So I welcome to all of you, though have shown their interest for this very significant topic, that is the digital entrepreneurship. So digital entrepreneurship is really a game changer for most of the countries, most of the livelihood, because as on today, what we are facing, the difficulties because of the COVID-19, the social distancing can be materialized only if we'll have some other mode of communication, other mode of trading, other mode of education, other mode of services. And this other mode of all these services can be happen only through digital. So digital is the only way that we can go with the new era. So with this, I'm going to start with the today's session, that is a digital entrepreneurship. I'm sure that you all will keep your mics mute during my session when I'm delivering, and you will make a note of each and every point which I'm going to be highlight over there, which may be your query after the session, which may be your question after the session, or which may be a takeaway from you to be, although I'm going to share this recorded session also with all of you, because you are all the very valuable partners and participants for the today's session. So I'll start with this. So digital entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurship word is not new, and many of us we know that when we are talk in the MBA programs, we talk in the management programs. If you are a good risk taking and you have some that investment with you, the capital investment, or you have the very good project report to be submit before your financer or a bank, you can be an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is not only that he's going to look for the production side, or is only going to look for the services side, or only is good to look for the trading side. The digital entrepreneurship is a bit different and very much effective as of today's scenario. So I request one or two participants' mics are still not mute, so please mute your mic. I think Mr. Deb, his mic is open, so which can sometimes create some noise, or although you're not speaking, but your some noise may come, which may disturb to many participants, so they can catch my voice. This is only my request to all of you. Please make sure your mics are mute. Still, that mic is unmuted from Mr. DB. So if he can listening me, or he can just mute the mic. You see here what I just wanted to show to this screen. How do we spend our time with our outer world? Not now, even before this kind of lockdown period also. This particular glimpse which I'm showing on my screen, it is not from the last 1 month, it is from the last year itself. Because whenever this Go Global or NESCOM or these kind of agencies, they do capture the data and they tell us what the society needs. Just see how we are spending our time, on the Facebook, on a YouTube, on a Twitter, and so many apps. Just see in a 60 seconds how many hits, how many downloads, how many tweets, how many uploads, how many snapshots we are just doing it. Why I'm showing this slide here at the beginning itself? I just want to tell you the reality. Today, your every customer is a net savvy. Your every customer is connected with this world through internet mode. So you need not to worry. You don't have to put the big holdings outside your city near to your railway station, or you have to put so many advertisement in the TV channels to put a huge investment in that. Rather than if you go to the social media or a digital mode of marketing, you can reach out to the every person, whether he's in the rural area, whether he's in the urban area, or whether he's in the international market as well, because everybody is now on internet because of this scenario. So what is the main characteristics we have to understand? The digital marketing activities, digital selling process, digitization of processes, and the digital nature of goods and services. I'll go with the very one. Till January, have everybody thought of that what the company was selling from last 10 years, they are switching over to something else? I'll just give a simple example. Amazon never thought of grocery selling, and many more sellers of the small shops from the city never thought they will come on Swiggy and Zomato during this period to just sell the bread and butter. The actual need is bread and butter. And today they are selling bread and butter. Nobody is going to touch their huge, big other eatables, equipments, gadgets, or even dress material. Nobody. Everybody is just worrying about their vegetables, fruits, grocery, etc. So many they have switch over. The switching over is possible only if you have a digital mode of selling platform. If you do not have a digital mode of selling platform, how come I know that? Today, the Maruti Udyog, which is meant only for car manufacturing from last many years and decades, and today they are in ventilator production. Because of the digital mode, I came to know, being a state government or being an international market, I can place my order for ventilators to whom? Of course, Maruti Udyog or Tata Motors, because they have given all these new products, new kind of opportunities to the customers through the digital mode. So digital selling is most important. What is the process here? The process we used to call SAP, we used to call it ERP. If we are in institutions, we call it as entrepreneurs product, that is ERP. And we are in industry, we call it as SAP. What is this? It is a complete process, the process. The day your raw materials enters to your industry and the day when it goes to your retailers or FNC, the whole process is digitalized, because digital footprints can never be deleted. After even a 10 years, if you want to understand, at 10 years before, in a one particular day on my shop floor, how many socks, how many shoes got manufactured or dispatched or packed, you can come to know, because it is purely a digitalized. So digitalization of process will give you the transparency, will give you the total security of the system. And of course, you are sitting abroad nowadays. If I cannot reach to my industry, although I stuck up somewhere abroad, or I make quarantine for a 14 days, do my industry is going to be stopped because of me? No. Sitting at home, looking from my mobile through CCTV, I can see my shop, my work is going on in that area, which area is not locked down or which area is called a green zone. I may stuck up in a residence. Suppose I'm staying in a Noida, my industry is in a Palwal, or similar example for the Bangalore and the outskirts of the Bangalore. So you cannot move because you are in the red zone, but your industry, your workers, those are staying in the quarters of the industry itself, they are working. And you can see all the equipments, gadgets, everything, what's happening over there through this digital mode. So this is the way, and the beauty of this particular digital entrepreneurship is you can start off industry worth of rupees 1 crore, even spending not more than 60,000. Why I'm saying? Because your laptop and your internet are more than sufficient to even create a digital industry, digital company, which you can be a CEO of yourself, you can be the MD of yourself, and tomorrow your company, when it is going to be going profit, you can sell the same company immediately, not only in India, outside India also, through the having bids. Then you can just, it is just selling a domain of your website is nothing but a selling a company, because on that domain you could bring the customers more than a lakh, more than a million. Those are your customer bank. This is the what the people. I'll give you the examples for the teaching also. Digital knowledge base. Today you are connected with me. What I'm discussing, you are listening. If you are able to log into your computer, you got internet, you know how to open an email, you know how to go for a webinar to connect, that's why you are here. So the digital knowledge base has to be there from the micro to macro level. If you are going for the industry, you should know what is the web designing concept, you should know what is the e-shopping concept, and these all are will be known, not going to any institution to get enrolled for a MBA international to understand the international marketing. You can simply just go for some online courses sitting at home, maybe from some of the MOOCs platform by Government of India like SWAM or Coursera or MIT edX, and many more platforms are there, and they are very nominal nowadays. Even they have given many courses free of cost because of COVID-19. You have to make use of it. Then business environment. What is the business environment? Do you think that you have to have the big office? where you have to put so many staff and tables and chairs and the ACs, and you have to put so much overhead expenses. No, it is not at all required. The digital business environment does mean that your internet connectivity should be very sound. Your graphical presentation should be very strong. Your connectivity through emails, through your Twitter, through your LinkedIn, through your Facebook, or any kind of social mode of connection with your customers to take the feedback, to take their desires, to need, that is. And this you can do only if you have the digital skills. Please make it clear here. If you think it is the only job of the computer engineer to do this, then I'm sorry. I'll tell you the scenario as of today. In particular, some colleges I will not name, the whole batch of chemical engineering of that college, none of them is going to join any petroleum industry, chemical industry, paper industry. Where they are going? They are going to the IT industry, or they went to US, they went to Europe, they went to Bangalore, they went to Pune. But their BTech is 4 years of competency in the chemical. They done only the few IT courses, maybe online, maybe offline, not more than 6 months, because they have the zeal. So the basic emphasis is digital mindset. If you have a digital mindset, then you can have the digital skills. There is no book available. There is no any special faculties available to give you the digital skills until unless you go to the sites, you open the help menu, you play with the softwares, you start doing some coding or creating some apps. That's it. This is the digital skills. We do not expecting you to be a master's in computer science and engineering, or you have done MCA or you have done BCA. No, a small level of knowledge in your computer system, in some of the softwares which you can help even directly with their free webinars, free manuals, or sometimes chat box you can use to understand, because whatever the company is giving the software, they are giving the proper knowledge, the demonstration of that software. So digital entrepreneurial mindset, which I have sent in the 5 pillars, which is the one of the biggest pillar. If you don't have the digital mindset, although you are a computer science engineer, although you are from IIT computer science, but you don't have the digital mindset, I don't think you can work for others. You can be IT professional to some company like a Facebook, a Google, or but you cannot make your a single app by your own self, because you don't have the digital mindset. So digital mindset is the only property of the digital graduates, or computer graduates, I should say. Who is a digital entrepreneur? Do you think I'm a digital entrepreneur? You will be saying, sir, you are a faculty and you are a government employee. Sorry, dear, I'm a digital educational entrepreneur. That's why today I'm here before you. What I'm doing? Do you think I hired anything today to come before you? No, I have my personal laptop. I have my personal room. I'm sitting there. I have my personal internet connection. But the only thing is I have my own content, which I could deliver. That is my company's material. So sometimes your material is a production. Sometimes is your trading. Means if something is happening in Korea or Germany, suppose Germany says I have a worth of selling 10,000 ventilators in a 1 month. Sitting at home in a Bangalore, you can work out with the many state governments. Sir, do you looking for the ventilators of this specification? Yes, I'm looking. Who you are? You are not on GEM. That is a government electronic marketing platform. Sir, I'm not on GEM. I don't have a company. This is my website, which is the website with the double tick, means my website has been registered because I given my PAN number, I have given my Aadhaar number, I have my bank account. So I can fix your order with the Germany company because I got this license of doing the digital marketing. You will be not purchasing anything. You will be not dealing anything. You will be the middleman, digital middleman, to connect one particular supplier to one particular buyer. That is one of the entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is not only that you are going to produce the digital gadgets. Of course, that can be also one. So entrepreneurship is a bit different than a producer. What basically is required? The creativity. Why I should go to your website? There are thousands of websites available. I'll simply ask you a question. Today, sitting at home due to the COVID-19, I want to do some course, stuff. I go to Khan Academy, I go to Coursera, I go to Udacity, I go to SWAM, I go to MIT edX. What things catched me? The creativity of the 3 minutes video, which given me that kind of peace and confidence. Yes, this is what I was looking. I will enroll, whether it's a worth of $40 or whether it's just 1100 rupees from SWAM. The creativity means the way you are going to produce your design before your screen, through your website, through your YouTube channel, through your LinkedIn channel, through your Facebook channel. All are open source, all are free. The creativity means you're designing. Your inner mindset should come on paper. Second is the leadership. How to connect. Giving a 2 minutes a talk. Do you think you can be equivalent to some personalities like a Sadhguru and these personalities when they will come on a screen, without even they speak? We just keep start watching, and we have so many soothing effect because that persona itself we start enjoying. That is called the leadership persona. You will speak less, but you will speak a digital. You will speak because digital only knows 0 and 1. If you are a 1, you are in. If you are a 0, you are grounded. So the goal orientation. Don't try to be mess up the things, because nowadays I'll go to any shop. Earlier the shop was selling something, the candies. Sir, I will do the mobile recharge. Arey, tu mobile recharge bhi karte ho. You do this job also. Sir, I do mobile recharge. Sir, do you want the railway ticket? I can book that also. Hey, what is this? You have a one shop and you're doing this multiple job from this shop. How come? Sir, can't help, sir, because I don't have the good customers for the candy as it was earlier and 10 years back. So I have started multiple jobs from the single window. So the goal orientation means that if you have a such versatility in your mind and in your website, the different type of people will come to your platform. They may have the different needs and desires, and based on that you should be risk taking. What risk taking? If you committed, suppose I today committed that this webinar should go on. Unfortunately today rain happens and my electricity goes, I must have the backup. Means my internet has a backup, because I immediately first have to charge my mobile with a 4G pack. If my Wi-Fi of my home, which is through the power supply, is going to be cut off, I should use my mobile internet facility, because my participants will not wait me for a long. They will say Dr. Manna came and then he disappeared. So this should not be. The risk taking means you have to have a plan B with you. That is a risk taking here, because no other risk taking. You are not going to spend a huge amount here. Earlier the risk taking was that investment. Oh, Papa, I spent 10 lakh in my factory, but no production is going to be taken by some of the customer. Papa, I will die. How I will return to the banker or something. Now the risk taking is not that. Now the risk taking is that what kind of services you are going to give it to your customer. How to start? Simple, very simple. How to start a digital company? These are the 3 basic things I just wanted to explain. Very first, you understand the need, demand of society, for which you are going to be a goal oriented. That is a learn or preserve or data acquisition. It is a purely game of data. This data will give you to build some hypothetical model. You will create some hypothetical model. Means you are going to test your website, and don't start selling from day one. First 30 days. Suppose I want to be a educational entrepreneur, educational digital entrepreneur. What I supposed to do? I will first create my videos, put on a YouTube, of course free of cost. I will see how many subscribers are going to touch, what kind of the reviews are going to become, although it's a free. The moment once I will come to know that I have one baseline, the society, the listener, the viewership is looking something in me when I speak for this area or this domain or this kind of attitude. That is my measure. I created my metrics. Once I created my metrics, I analyzed, I launched my own channel. I can start doing my digital educational entrepreneurship. It can be my digital university, it can be my digital institution. I will be the vice chancellor, I will be the faculty, I will be the evaluator also. So only the thing is, once you are going to start with the digital company, you must first have the database, the knowledge. Then you should create some baseline. If you could able to create a baseline, then you can measure what exactly is happening in the society and how you can take it. I'll give you a very good example over here. Just see the scenario. The upper part of my slide will give you one scenario when you are going to make a car. Of course, it is one of the moving product. The second scenario is the bottom side of my slide. If you are a digital entrepreneur, you should not go for the upper. Why? You created one wheel. What the use of that one wheel? Okay, you created two wheels because your goal is car only. I know that you have to maneuver. But my aim is here, if you are a digital entrepreneur, the day one when you start doing the entrepreneurship, at least you should get something out of it, you know. See the down scenario. The very first moment when I created the two-wheeled trolley, oh, it's useful for the society. I can sell this also. I could create a scooter. I can sell this also. From scooter, I could reach to cycle. I directly never thought of making a car. I first thought of a trolley, then a scooter, then of course a cycle, of course then bike. So gradually and every step, you know, scenario 1 to scenario 5, I'm getting something out of it. Go to the upper scenario. Do you think you will be getting something at the first scenario or even a second scenario or even a third scenario? Third scenario seems to be a scrap. People will laugh to you. Sir, what you are selling me? Who will take your chassis? I don't want the chassis. There is engine, no engine. There is a wheel, no, there is no wheel. So a digital entrepreneurship does mean that you start from scratch. You start from the minimum viable product, which should be equally weighted in society and market. So that is the minimum viable product domain. What kind of strategy? Just see my second part of my slide. We generally call Durga Ma and these all the goddess. They used to be have the many hands. The same as a digital strategy. The strategy should be so foolproof that you can reach out to every customer's need and desire with their goals. You see how this journey set the main goal, identify the digital tool which you are going to use, prioritize the initiatives. Then you are going to measure the results. If you do not have this kind of strategy, then you are not going to be a digital entrepreneur. You can be entrepreneur. Entrepreneur can anyone who's going to take a risk taking, who's going to be taking initiative, who has some innovative ideas. But for the digital entrepreneurship, one small spike of digital mindset has to be there. So without that spike, you cannot go, although it doesn't require the huge investment from this. So disruptive power for this, you know, earlier what we used to do, we are just sending emails or sending letters, and today no. With my single tweet, I could touch the whole universe. You see, when Modi ji tweeted once a day, just I think 3 months back, I'm going away from Twitter. Although he given a very big clue in that statement itself, he was going away for a Twitter for one day. Just with the single line tweet by Modi ji, you know the one single day how much retweets and how much response he got back. It was a millions or even a billion. And he was true. He given his a Twitter handle for one day to one particular lady during that 8th of March, that is called our Nari Shakti Day, that is a Women Empowerment Day, or we call it as a World International Women Day. So that was the way he was tested the market. Being a prime minister, he wanted to see how many people just see his tweets and how many people follow his tweets. So same thing, being a digital entrepreneur, I give you a $1 lakh one tip. You should be a good blogger. You know what is a blogger? If you keep giving a blog of 2 lines in a week or in a day, but it should be in a standard time frame. If you give every Monday, so every Monday you should give your next blog, maybe related to your knowledge or politics or sports or anything. You see how many subscribers are coming to your blog. Same way your YouTube post, Facebook post, LinkedIn post. What you are going to test? You are testing a water. What is the our society's thought process going on today? If I'll put a simple one kind line of item, see the new innovative way of producing a mask. You see how many hits will come by evening. Even our honorable minister, Mr. Prakash Javadekar, he also given a one small video on social media how to make a mask at home. Same we did with Smriti Irani ji, our minister. Why a minister is teaching this kind of innovative ideas, and similar idea given by one lady of other country, like cutting off socks from both sides and making a hip and putting on a ears, that even touched the higher subscribers or higher hits as compared to our minister also. Because people don't go only for celebrity. Yes, celebrity always touch the spike on internet media. That's why the TV channel, they will hire Amitabh Bachchan for selling even a oil. Do you know that our honorable Amitabh Bachchan have ever used Navratna Tel or not? You never ask this question, and it's a personal question. What he's using in the washroom and he's in, the daily routine. But he's saying Navratna Tel on a TV channel, TVC. We people starts believing, yes, when the such a big celebrity to whom we love most, he's adorable to our society, I will buy a Navratna Tel. This is the other way. But today, I'll give you one best example. If you are going to go for a movie of worth 150 rupees of ticket, or you are going to buy a car of rupees 15 lakh rupees worth, in both the scenarios, first you go for the reviewers. You will say, oh, I don't get good reviews, though have seen the first day, first show. They said movie is bore, hero could not do well, heroines not delivery well in the dialogue. I'm not going to see this movie. Although the story was very good, or movie seems to be good, but some reviews points they have influence. Same with the car. Oh, I should not buy this car. So many reviewers said this engine is not proper, the pickup is not good, average mileage is not good enough. This you never tested. You rely on what? Did you rely to Amitabh Bachchan? No. You rely to the any reviewer which is unknown to you, who's a stranger, who's of some person sitting, or sometimes some companies nowadays managing the reviewers also. Although it's a unethical practice, but still we have the very authentic data through the reviews, and these reviews are always giving a very good or very positive or very genuine reviews. What is that? MLM. Digital marketing is nothing but that is from the marketing through mouth recommendation. We call it as a chat recommendation or reviews recommendations, MLM. So multi-level marketing. The multi-level marketing means we are getting the reviews from the multi-dimensional. The person in Kerala is talking something about the Seltos car and I am buying in Punjab. Do you think that the Kerala guy who given a reviews is going to get some benefit from me which I bought the Seltos? No, because I know that the person who's writing from Kerala and the person's previous reviews are very authentic. So it means image. Your digital image is most important. Today, if you got enrolled with my webinar, earlier or maybe before enrolling, you must have gone to the Google. You might have wrote my name, Manpreet Singh Manna. You could see some results on a Google. Dr. Manna, acha, he's the same person who did SWAM and who is giving different. Or you might have opened some kind of my YouTube previous recorded version to listen my voice, my command or my confidence. Then only you got enrolled for today's webinar. I'm sure, because people will not blindly trust now any company, or people will not blindly trust anyone until unless they see their digital image. Earlier it was not available. Today it's available. You Google out any company, you Google out any person, the Wikipedia will tell you what is that. So this is the strategy. Same for the internationalization. So what is the internalization? The customers and the companies can communicate easier and better. Do you think that today I'll go, I can travel for next 1 year to US? No, I doubt I can travel for next 6 months to Bangalore even from my place hometown. Earlier it was a single day job. I just simply go to Google and make my trip, book my ticket, direct flight from Chandigarh to Bangalore. I used to reach and next day I'm coming back. But next 6 months, my all travels are going to be held by the government of India, by the state government because of COVID-19. If this is what happening, how I could reach to my people, to my society or to my customers? And I'm talking a domestic flight, international flight may not fly and may not give you the ticket maybe for next few days or months. So what is your business? It is purely on Skype, purely on webinar, purely on this kind of digital platform, because your work is going on. So the global competition is more. You know, the one way China given a huge threat to the whole world because of Corona, and other way what he's doing, he's smartly start buying the companies which are undervalued in their respective countries. And our honorable Prime Minister, well in time, given a new ordinance that they should come through WTO. If they will come directly with the FDI, our some of the companies could have been bought by China nowadays, and tomorrow will be the slaves to China. So we, thanks to our government of India, they have taken a proactive steps. This is called a global competition. Sometimes it is ethical, sometimes it becomes unethical. They start make use of your particular movements, like you are in trouble, you are in fighting the other things, you could not tolerate the budget, you could not tolerate the economy lockdown, so people start exploiting you. So this is what we have to have the global competition. And because of the digital mode, you will come to know what is the GDP of any country, what kind of scenario of any country is happening. Just go to the Google, just search out, you can get the balance sheet of any company through this platform. Ignoring digital marketing is like opening a business but not telling anyone. Yes, this is the reality. Digital marketing, earlier, I'll give you example. 5 years back, I used to enjoy the bakery products at my home, but I used to go to only one shop. Why? Because I used to take my bike outside. I go to that shop. Even if I have to buy 2 laddus, I have to be in the queue. The first standing guy must be buying 100 laddus or maybe 5 laddus. Till my turn will come, I could have to buy my 2 laddus. And I joined only one shop because it was near to my place. I want to save my fuel, my time, and my energy, everything. Today, you know that I'm even ordering a laddu not only from my city, maybe other city where the laddu is famous, and I'm enjoying at my home the same taste. Why? Because of digital mode. Earlier, I never tasted a laddu from any other city or even my city, many other shops. And the speedy of the customer services. They given a time, they given a date, and they asked whether you want the doorbell should be ringed or not. I said no doorbell ring, because you are coming at night. I will receive the laddu and I will eat the laddu comfortably. They do it. What is this? Your all Zomato, so-called Swiggy, and this kind of platform is a digital marketing way. Do you think that Zomato have their own hotel chain? Do you think that Swiggy have the restaurant chain? What is their investment? Just ask the Swiggy if they have their any investment. They given 1,000 people a services, a job, and they given 1,000 companies or manufacturing retailers a business just because of digital entrepreneur. I'll give you a simple example. You sometimes check with the Oyo rooms. Oyo rooms is just a 3 years backstory. Earlier, the Oberoi, the Tatas, then we have the Taj. They have the chain of hotels. They invested in billions in India, outside India. Then only they are getting the customers to be just check in their hotel. Oyo have any room? Their own property? Just ask. But today, Oyo's worth as compared to these kind of hotel chains is more than that, although they don't have bought a single inch of land, or sometimes they might have now invested in cottages or maybe hotels, I'm not sure. But when they started, the Oyo rooms doesn't have their own room. They just going to linked with the small areas, like some cities called cities B and city C, where Taj cannot be there, Oberoi cannot be there, and these city rooms are for rent, but they don't have the website. So Oyo give the privilege to the customer. Suppose I am today going to one of the area near to Chikmagalur. Chikmagalur doesn't have the hotel, or maybe I want to go to Mandya, which doesn't have the good hotel and which is not on the website. But through Oyo Room, I booked a room. I just went there. I did my marketing. Night I stay there in Mandya. Morning I went back to Bangalore and I was comfortable. With whom? Because Oberoi doesn't have any hotel there. Taj doesn't have any hotel in such small cities because they cannot afford, because their overhead charges, their capital cost is so huge. This is called a digital marketing. You can start from the small rural area to sell the things, to give the services which they cannot reach because of the big giants. So this is the digital marketing. So that's what I just wanted to explain. So customers are online, which means companies needs to be online too. you have to be online too. So now, what are the benefits? Already have discussed number of benefits, but still is there. So it is easy to identify the target customers. I'll give you a very simple example. 3 days back on Google, I was searching for some product, some XYZ product. From that till now, whenever I go to Google for any kind of work, even for my Gmail account, some flash is coming over there. Are you looking for this kind of laptop stand? Huh? How come you know? This is called artificial intelligence. Now, most of the companies, they are so digitally smart, they capture the customer's demand, desire, need through their searching browser. Based on your searching browser, I'll give you a very simple example. You try twice on a Make My Trip for one particular flight. Don't book even. Third time when you open, you see the ticket cost is going to be 1.5 times more as the first time you try to search on that Make My Trip. You will wondering, all of a sudden is coming, one seat left. Array, yesterday I could saw there was nothing like this. Ticket was worth of rupees 6,000. Today it's going to be 9,000. And this is one ticket. You will immediately book from Make My Trip without going to yatra.com, without going to any kind of other social media. Reason is this is called a digital marketing. So I say sometimes it is ethical and sometimes companies misuse this as unethically, which is not good. We should do the ethical business and we do the easy to monitor the customer's need. Okay. Now, as I'm reaching to the end of my talk, I'll give you $1,000 million tips for digital marketing. You can make a note. Digital marketing is nothing but content writing and storytelling. I repeat, content writing and storytelling. If you are a good in content writing and designing of any kind of website, whether you have a worth product or not, and what you tell the story before the camera, which is going to be go away through the social media, through these channels or your websites, that's it. The customers trust if they read, the customer trust if they listen, and later customer trust when they use it. So the third part is the feedback of the customer. Never detached with your customer. Be always linked and attached. Even he's not going to buy for next 5 years anything from you. Suppose I'm selling a bike, and once I bought a bike for my family, do you think that I'm going to buy a bike for next 5 years or even 7 years? But still, if the phone call, email, Diwali greetings through my social media, through my mobile is coming from that particular company, so I feel I'm in safe hands. If anything is happening with my bike, I will go. Although the service center is separate, the sales and service centers are separate, but the sale guy is connected because sometimes I recommend your company name to my near and dear, my neighbor, my relative, my student, or I may have another immediate demand. You never know. So the content marketing is the most important. The content should reach to the right hands with the right time, otherwise you will miss the train. So it is only fast way. If I will start thinking today to open a shop, first of all, I cannot open for next few months because of lockdown. I cannot go for the bank loan. I cannot buy the material. I cannot do the interior designing. I cannot put a hoarding. But for the digital, if I think today, tomorrow I think my company will be open. Simple website. I just want to do some trading. I want to connect some villagers for some, their handcraft making products to be sold outside India or maybe selling inside India, some places. So digital media channels are very fast. So what kind of the competitive advantages? You always never, the earlier scenario, you see this slide, earlier scenario, if in a one area, I will open a one shop of paints, suppose durable paints, house paints. Another shop is opening of paints. I'll feel jealous. Oh my God, he's now started the same business. My half of the customers, or maybe my some part of the customers may diverted because he brought Asian, I got narrow leg here. This is not scenario in the digital. Rather in a digital, if you have the good number of websites. I'll give a simple example. If only the Coursera could given the MOOCs, do you think that the whole today Indian community or international community, the learners could go to the Coursera? When number of MOOCs platforms came, we start searching and we are deciding from which particular platform I have to give for my MOOCs. So digital competition is always advantageous if you are going to take in a right spirit, because your product is your product. There are 1,000 people in my country, those are doing MBA, those are faculty of the MBA. If they will come for a webinar tomorrow to teach you a digital entrepreneurship, you will think at least once or twice. The guy who given a webinar yesterday, Dr. Manna, he's an electrical engineer. He's never done MBA in his life, but still he was teaching something digital entrepreneurship. So I'm in a right place or not? That is the scenario. If this competition is there, I have advantage. If my content is better than the content of a professor of MBA, which is teaching a digital marketing from last 10 years, I think most of the subscribers will come to listen me than him. He may have wrote 10 books. I have not written a single article in the newspaper. But if I have a mindset of digital, I can teach better. I can explain better because it is a life experience which I had, because I could develop the one of the world's largest digital platform, that is the SWAM, and I could learn a lot. Why customers' behavior has to be evaluated? See the scenario. I still remember, the time when I was doing my engineering somewhere in 1990. I used to go to book a trunk call at morning to talk to my father. And since I was 3,000 kilometers away, I was in Karnataka when I was doing my BTech, and I belongs to Punjab. And evening, I used to get some opportunity to be talk to my father for 3 minutes, and trunk call was only for 3 minutes. And today, with a single click, I can go even a video call with one of my near and dear, maybe in US and Europe. What is that? That is the customer's behavior. Customer needs a speedy, reliable, compact, and of course, economy. So if all these kind of things you can give through digital mode only. Digital is the only mode to reach you very speedy, can give you the feedback, can take your reviews, can take a survey within a fraction of seconds, and then you can go for the purchase and you can materialize your product. So the unlike traditional media, digital technologies allow users to self-select at their own experiences. Of course, I told already, so nothing to be discussed again. This is the reviewers. Yes, this is the most important part. You see, earlier, if I used to buy something, I used to get influenced with the three things. You must be agree with me. The hoardings in my city. Rin soap, big board near to my school or house. I bought Rin. TV channel advertisement. Nirma Nahane ka bada sa. So I just bought it. What was the third? Newspaper advertisements. And today, from this slide, you see where is your TV? 62%. Where is your newspaper? 61%. And where is your, that as before movies, the slides comes 52%. But what is the highest rating? 90%. Recommendations from people known. If I want to buy a car, I will definitely make a call to my friend. What is the average of your car which you bought? Is it okay? Service is good. Second, consumer opinions posted online, reviewers. Third is the brand websites. If you design your website such a catchy way, giving all kind of reviews, product details, specifications, sale promotions, and connectivity with the customer like Amazon, you use it, you don't like it, return it. Your money will back to your wallet. The money will back to your wallet. Even you don't have to buy other thing from Amazon. If you don't buy, you can take your money back to your account also. What is that? Brand websites and editorial content. Today we read the newspaper precisely for the editorial content, 69%. Of course, the brand sponsorships comes through the digital mode. So that's what I just want. So degree of trust in a different forms of advertising, it is through the recommendations. So we should always be connected with the customer digital mode to get their recommendations. So this is the presumers. Rather than simply consuming, people are becoming also producers of products they like. So social influence. I repeatedly saying social influence is going to be the one of the biggest your marketing way. So this is the revolution. Earlier we used to have this kind of gadgets, and now it is going away. I'll quote very simple example over here before I conclude. Everybody must heard the name of Nokia. Yeah, Nokia was a mobile. Oh, when it was, I think early 2000. Yeah, 2004 also heard about Nokia. Even 2010 also heard Nokia. Not only heard, 62% of the market captured by Nokia mobile phones. Today, have you heard of anything Nokia, or maybe seen any Nokia Galaxy in your city? Samsung Galaxy must be there. Oppo Galaxy must be there. Why? What happened to Nokia? Nokia could not travel with the digital revolution. He could not understand today the 62% of your buyer is the youth. Youth is not going to take anything else than camera. So now even a company called Oppo, they are selling a mobile even by saying selfie mobile. It means the mobile is only used for selfie. No, my customer is very much a selfie savvy now. The customers, the youngsters, those are using a smartphones, they go for a selfie. So instead of 2 megapixels, we could reach to 20 megapixels. They have never changed the technology for calling and receiving other things. He invested in camera, and mobiles are selling like anything. Where is a Nokia? Nokia could not go with the time. If Nokia could have been gone with the time, you could have been changed the society even. So the digital revolution is the traditional business models has to be get digitalized well in time. Otherwise, the same guinea bag is carried by our Santa, and now Santa is coming on your smartphones, and Santa is giving your freebies and gifts through your so-called social media networking, rather coming door to door, because due to COVID-19 Santa may not allow to go door to door. Santa has to come through the digital mode to make the candies reach to your home through the digital mode. So the benefits of the digital transformation already have discussed. You can just see the improved efficiency, deeper data analysis. It is purely a data game. Data in three types. The first data, what the customer demands. Second data, to whom you sold or who are coming to your website. The third data, feedback of the customer, whether they are happy with your product and services or not. If not, please improve yourself. These three data analytics, data mining, will give you the proper digital industry. And with this data only, you can do miracles. You can add many more products, you can add many more customers, and you can enhance your productivity. So this is what the revolution, we have to bring the revolution. We started with that type of camera, and today we reached to this Oppo mobile, as I mentioned. So this is nothing but you always go for the updation of yourself, your website updation, your new version of software updation, your new app updation. Today, Honorable Prime Minister has to do the marketing of app. He came to the whole media, to whole country, and asked for Arogya Setu. What is that? Arogya Setu is one mobile app which can be act as a bodyguard to all of you during this period. But our Honorable Prime Minister is saying, do you think that Honorable Prime Minister made this app? Some of the student of my country, maybe ITians, maybe non-ITians, some have done this app. If Arogya Setu can be there, many more such apps for the district level, state level can be created by some of the digital entrepreneurs. The government of India, the state governments will buy your app, your patent, your design to make safety. Suppose we are talking about the vaccination. Suppose we are talking about the mass production. Where these marks are going to be produced? Who's going to create a bioceramic marks? If you will put on your website, you see the huge crowd will come. So time to time, your digital mode of marketing has to be changed as per the customer's need, and you to always go for this challenge, then you will be a successful. This is only the risk, which is lack of richness of face-to-face communication. Because if I'm not talking to you directly, how you'll come to know what's going in my mind? You have to reach inside my mind through digitally. This is one of the challenge for you. The culture, You are producing something in Kerala, may not be sellable in Punjab. You should know the taste of Punjab as well. If you want to sell in a whole nation, what your product is, maybe Ayurveda medicine, maybe any gadgets, so something. So this is one of the challenge you have with you. At the end, I just want to say one line before going to my next very important slide, a slide of the day. The time to build a digital company, yes, it is the right time to build a digital company. If you will not build up today, you will be definitely late. Why? Just see my slide. The China given a COVID, you take it as a virus. I'll give you mantra as a COVID for any digital entrepreneur for today's situation. C for connectivity with the customers. O for use open source of platform. Don't invest for domain. Open source of platforms. Nowadays, many companies given a openness to their platforms. Virtually traveled. Don't come to my house because I will not offer you cup of tea because of this COVID. I have to keep 6 meters away from you. Virtually, you travel to my place, to my home, to understand my mind, my need. Interface with your apps to me. Once I will download your app, I can giving my wishes, my all kind of needs, desires on your app. You will come to know feedback. You will connect me with these kind of manufacturers or suppliers. Then it is a purely digital mode of sales and service, which will go for next many months and years because of this, because this situation is for only for 2 days or 3 days. Do you think that post COVID, what is the scenario happened before January? The same? No. Education system is going to get changed. The big malls are going to get the big problem because next few months government will not allow even to open the malls and even allow to the customers to go in a crowdy way. So no cinema halls, no malls, even educational institutions. We have to have the digital education now. We have to deliver that digitally way. So that's why we are doing now. So I'm here. Otherwise, you could have to invite me in Bangalore. I could have to come to your hall in one particular college and the audience of 1,000 audience sitting together. It is a material, whether they are 1,000 or 100. The matter is here whether I could reach equally effective to you. That is my content delivery and content writing. If my content writing is good and my content delivery is good, whether I'm before the camera, whether I'm physically before you, I think I can be a good entrepreneur or a digital entrepreneur. With this, I just conclude my today's session. And now I open to the question answers. Stay at home, be safe.